Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Seahawks fans, buckle up because there's some massive buzz swirling around the league, and it's got the potential to shake up the NFC West in ways we haven't seen in years. Rumors are swirling that the Cincinnati Bengals could be making a blockbuster move involving one of their key offensive stars, Ja'Marr Chase, and it might just land him in Seattle. I know, it sounds like the stuff of NFL fantasy leagues, but this isn't just idle speculation. Sources close to the league, including respected insiders like Adam Schefter, are whispering that the Bengals, currently sitting at 4-5 with a tight cap situation of around $12 million, are eyeing a major rebuild. Their focus: revamping an offensive line that's been battered by injuries and a flood of sacks, with a total of 28 sacks allowed this season. Now, the Bengals are reportedly considering trading Chase in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027. It's a bold move, but with Joe Burrow's massive extension looming, reportedly around $260 million, Cincinnati needs to free up cap space to keep their superstar quarterback happy. Plus, they're prioritizing bolstering their secondary, which has struggled with a completion percentage allowed of around 66%. It's a classic case of a team trying to rebuild strategically without completely tearing down the roster, but that's where things get really interesting for us Seahawks fans. Meanwhile, the Seahawks, sitting pretty at 7-2 and leading the NFC West, are sitting on a gold mine of cap space, roughly $18 million, and they're already looking like one of the most dangerous teams in the conference. Now imagine adding a player like Ja'Marr Chase to the mix. The kind of explosive WR1 that could transform our offense into a downright juggernaut. Chase, in many ways, mirrors Tyreek Hill's impact in Miami this year. His ability to create separation and make explosive plays down the field would be a game-changer, especially considering our current injury issues. Remember, Young has been sidelined for 6 games with a quadriceps injury, and Horton's status is questionable because of a groin issue. Having Chase on the field could fill those gaps instantly. His profile, it's impressive. In 2025, he's played 9 games, with 58 receptions on 82 targets, for 850 yards and 7 touchdowns. His career stats are equally eye-popping: 350 catches, over 200 yards, and 45 touchdowns, with a PFF grade of 90. 8 and 3 Pro Bowl selections. His yards after catch average is 5 yards per reception, and his deep catch rate hovers around 48%. That kind of player can stretch defenses and open up the field for Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, and the entire offense. The big question is, why would Cincinnati consider trading him? Well, the Bengals are making a calculated move to free up roughly $22 million in cap space for Burrow's extension, and they're focusing heavily on their secondary, which has been giving up a lot of completion yards this season. They're prioritizing protecting their QB and rebuilding the line, which makes sense, but it also leaves a star receiver like Chase potentially available. Now, what would Chase bring to Seattle? We're talking about a player who could add over 200 yards to our passing game, boosting our total offense to over 31 points per game. His presence would significantly elevate our play-action success rate, which is currently around 50%, pushing it closer to 72%. That's a massive improvement, making our entire offense more unpredictable and dangerous. Imagine the field stretching out, with Geno Smith throwing to a guy who can win deep routes at an elite level, complemented by Metcalf's physicality and route running. Chase's ability to gain yards after the catch, combined with his route depth of around 2-3 yards per route, would give us a new level of explosiveness. This move, if it happens, would be a seismic shift. It'd make our offense even more lethal and could push us further into Super Bowl contention. Right now, our odds are climbing, with some sportsbooks offering +1,500. But if Chase joins the team, those odds could plummet to +600. That's the kind of upgrade that turns a good team into a true contender. And let's not forget, Chase has already proven he can dominate in the playoffs, with similar performances to his 2024 game against the Chiefs, where he racked up 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. His presence in the playoffs could be the X factor that pushes us from good to great, from a team that's just in the hunt to one that's in the driver's seat. And let's talk about the broader impact. Adding Chase would not only bolster our passing attack, but would also take pressure off the run game, opening lanes for Rashad Penny and the rest of our ground game to average more than 170 rushing yards per game. The defense, already performing at a top 10 level, would breathe easier, knowing the offense can put up points in bunches and extend leads. That kind of offensive firepower is exactly what we need to make a serious run at the Super Bowl again, especially considering how tough the NFC is this year. The history of trades like this isn't new. Think about how the Bills acquired Stephon Diggs from the Vikings and how that trade set them up for a significant playoff push, even a deep postseason run. If the Seahawks pull off this move, it could be just as transformative. Chase could be the piece that elevates us to the elite status we've been chasing for years. It's not just about one player, it's about changing the trajectory of the franchise, creating a dynasty that can contend for years to come. So Seahawks fans, what do you think? Does this make sense? Would you be excited to see Chase in our blue and green? The potential is immense, but it's all about the right move at the right time. We have the cap space, the draft capital, and the motivation to make a splash. This could be the move that defines our season and sets us up for sustained success. We're already a playoff caliber squad, but with Chase, we could be the team everyone fears in the postseason. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seattle Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. We're in a golden era and every move counts. Let's keep the passion alive and keep pushing forward because the Seahawks are destined for greatness, and this could be just the beginning.